What up, people? It's your boy Chris from Kuna Eagle Eye. And wow, on the eve that I'm about to do a video about strikers that we should buy, Arsenal say, you know what, brothers? I'm going to put a curveball. We're going to activate Jamie Vardy's fucking release clause. Where the fuck did that come from? I read one story that Arsenal were interested in Jamie Vardy. I think it was in the Metro. Um, and Metro, let's just call a spade a spade. In my opinion, and from my experience, we add that just in case anyone from the Metro is actually listening to this. And in my experience, a lot of the stories that they put in the paper, particularly regarding Arsenal transfers, very rarely come to fruition. So whenever I see a story in that paper regarding Arsenal, I very rarely pay attention to it. And I saw that the headline basically said we were looking at three strikers. We were looking at Jamie Vardy, we were looking at Higuain, and we were looking at Morata. For me, this must signal the fact that the Morata deal, in my opinion, must be dead. I did see a quote probably late this afternoon from Morata saying that, he wasn't in a hurry to leave Juventus, that he felt he was still learning. And then on the evening of this AIG meeting, this damn meeting, which I can never pronounce the acronyms of, basically it's the meeting where the board and Arsene Wenger meet fans. I never been invited to it, so fuck it. I don't really know what the damn abbreviations are. I don't know if it's a PR stunt because of that meeting. That is my suspicion. Suddenly they triggered Jamie Vardy's release clause, and we're like, what the fuck? I'm split. I must admit, I'm split. On the one hand, I'm very excited, very pleased that, we seem to at least be doing something and being aggressive. And more to the point, being early with our moves, which I'm loving. I love the fact that we're just saying, fuck this. We're not waiting for the Euros to start like we always do, and then somebody's player just skyrockets through the ceiling. I love the fact that clearly we've identified that we need a striker, and clearly we're going out to get a striker. And then there's another part of me. I'm not going to lie, there is another part of me. There's a part of me that probably a lot of people will criticize. I do have a slight Francis Jeffers reservation about this. So when I was 17 and we bought Francis Jeffers, I'm not going to lie to you. You'll hear a lot of people say, oh, they knew it from day one that Jeffers was going to be shit. I genuinely knew it from day one that Jeffers was going to be shit. I said it. I argued with good friends that desperately wanted this English striker to succeed within Arsenal. And I remember in sixth form, I remember specifically arguing with someone called David in sixth form. Funny enough, David also looked a bit like Jeffers as well. And he was proper trying to sit me down, because we're both Arsenal fans, proper trying to sit me down, saying to me, oh, how Jeffers is this, Jeffers is that. And in my head, I'm thinking, Jeffers has had one decent season where he scored 15 goals for Everton. And he still wasn't all that. I knew it, and I kept saying it. I was like, all right, cool. All right, we'll see. I was told by numerous people in sixth form, give him an opportunity to fail. No problem. I'll shut my mouth. What the fuck happened? 2 seasons later, what happened? Nothing. A flop. A disaster. A wasted 10 million. Now, you're probably thinking, well, Chris, what the fuck are you trying to say to me here? Do you really think that Francis Jeffers and Jamie Vardy are the same ballpark. No. At the very start of this, you heard me say that I'm split. That part of me is really excited. And part of me is like, oh, Jamie Vardy though? And I'm not going to lie, Jamie Vardy is a top striker. And he is. But is he a Higuain? Is he a Aubameyang? The only thing that I said on Twitter, and I'll say it again, for me, Ozil will much rather prefer working with Vardy than he would Giroud. I mean, I don't know if that's sort of funniest fucking story today by Giroud, where he basically was saying, he was firing back at Ozil. Because I don't know, some of you might have heard that Ozil liked a Instagram story where somebody had put up a meme about how shit Giroud is. So then Ozil, something about how Ozil would have long broken the assist for Henry if he had a competent striker in front of him, and he likes the story. So it was belated, but Giroud fired back today by saying that, Mesut Ozil deserves as much blame as anyone else on the team, which, to be fair, is true. But I find it hilarious. I find it hilarious that Giroud is blaming Ozil for our that to me is funny as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. So clearly these two motherfuckers don't get on. So I really personally believe that Giroud would much rather Ozil would much rather play behind a Vardy. Vardy is quick, nippy, intelligent, and has an eye for goal. Really good team player as well. As much as I fucking can't believe I'm about to say this about a Leicester player, he's a winner. He's a winner, and that was proven on the way he drove his team towards the back end of last season. This is a player who, I don't know, maybe I have something against Vardy because I never even put this motherfucker in my fantasy football team. I refused because I kept thinking, no, at some point he's going to fall off. At some point he's going to be shit. And he wasn't. He had an amazing season. I do worry. I worry that he's a one-season wonder. I worry that he's 29 years old. I worry that if he doesn't do anything, then that will be Wenger's way of saying, well, they spent money on a striker. He was shit. I personally believe, and I'm sure many of you listening to this would agree, I'd rather we'd spent that money on maybe, for me, a Lacazette. If you're going to buy a 29-year-old, why not go balls out and get Higuain, for fuck's sake? Why not just go ahead and do it? But all in all, despite the negativity of this video, I am pleased. Because if nothing else, whatever reservation you have over Vardy, and you guys know I do, but if there's one thing you cannot deny, is it's showing that Arsenal are pushing for their striker. And that, to me, as an Arsenal fan, is brilliant news. And for that reason, go on, Velen, do your thing. Do your thing. I may be a finger out, but for this, do your thing. Anyway, you guys let me know. What do you think about us going for Vardy? I'm a bit skeptical, or maybe I can grow into the idea. Part of me doesn't think he'll come. I think he will stay at Leicester, almost like an Amare style of, well, let's see what happens. The interesting thing is, if Vardy does decide to come to us, let's do now. That I would be curious about. And I would love Mahrez in our team. I'd love Mahrez more than Vardy in our team, to be honest. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that it's a good buy? Do let me know. Comment down below. You can also subscribe if you haven't already subscribed yet. Subscribe down below. If you're on Twitter, follow me on @ColossalChig. Look out for my video tomorrow. It's going to be about strikers. It might be belated after today. Who knows? If Arsenal is in the mood to close something out, who knows? They might close out the deal. But I'm going to do a video on the strikers that I think we should go for, and how many I would go for. So look out for that. Other than that, I'll leave you guys to it. Take care. I'm out. Peace.